Hello class and welcome to Data Science 1, DAT201, CRN 15894. This class meets on Wednesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time on Blackboard Collaborate. I just want to start by running through a few getting started items and then just some quick navigation stuff on Blackboard for this video. So, getting started. Syllabus highlights. In the syllabus, you can find information for contacting me. You can also find the same information for contacting me under the Your Instructor section, which I'll show you in Blackboard. It has my DMACC email address, as well as my personal cell phone number, as well as how I would like you to utilize those pieces of information. So we'll look at that in a little bit. As far as class expectations, I do ask that you participate early in the week. In this course, we have a mix of discussion boards and journals, and we'll be doing something in a program called Orange, especially for things where we're doing more complex stuff, as well as items where we are having discussion boards where we want to have some interaction. Getting those participations early in the week allow other students to make responses to your posts and you to respond back to them where appropriate, so we can get a good discussion going. If everybody turns in their work the night it's due, those discussions just don't really have time to become any level of depth. So we want to get those things done earlier in the week so we have time to have good discussions among the class. I also expect that you turn your work in on time. As such, if anything is late, I can incur a 50% deduction on that item, and I will only accept assignments up to 7 days after the due date. Past 7 days, I will no longer accept work. It will become unavailable, and you won't be able to post your assignments. DMACC requires that I report non-attendance for students that do not attend the class within the first week of the course. So the way I determine that you have participated, since we won't be in a classroom, I can't take attendance in the room, is that you have logged into Blackboard and you have completed the Introduce Yourself discussion board. I need you to have that complete by August 31st. So please make sure you do that so you don't get dropped as non-attending. DMACC also requires that about halfway through the semester, at midterms essentially, I report students that have quit attending the class, and that's essentially students that are no longer putting any effort into the class or have walked away from the course. So the way I determine that a student has quit attending is if they are at less than a 40% overall score at that time in the course, or that they have not submitted work for 2 consecutive weeks at that point, or not logged into Blackboard for 10 days at that point without having made contact with me with some reasoning for that. I don't do quit attendings to punish the students. I have just found that historically, if a student isn't at this point 40% or not done 2 weeks of work at the midterm, they are heavily more than likely going to fail the class, and they are better off taking a quit attending in most cases than taking an F in the course. So just don't have yourself fall into that situation so I don't have to do that. Students are expected to review and understand the class syllabus. If you read through it and you have any questions, please let me know so I can get those clarified for you so you have an understanding of the course. And a general plan course schedule is at the very end of the syllabus. You can get an idea of what we're doing generally on a week by week and how the weeks fall date-wise. A few tips how to be successful. Put in that effort early in the week. If you run into problems or have questions, you can get some assistance, as well as what I said previously, where we have better time for discussion. Don't fall behind. This goes for really any course. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of reading. There's a lot of writing. There's a lot of information coming at you. If you fall behind, it becomes difficult to get caught back up. So just don't let it happen. Just keep yourself caught up with the course as best you can. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me or your fellow students. We can work together on stuff. I expect that you all turn in your own work. Obviously, plagiarism is going to be dealt with as needs, but you guys can work together. You should be discussing. You should be any way that you can assist each other is definitely helpful. And that's all I have from the PowerPoint slides. I want to just go over to Blackboard quick, just so you can see the environment. This isn't identical to what you'll see because I'm actually in what we call a signature shell, which is what we copy for the course before the beginning of the semester. So the only difference here is yours is going to have different numbers up here. But when you come into our course, you're going to get taken to the announcements area. Please pay attention to the announcements area. It will each week have an announcement automatically come in that says information about the new module that is in that week with just general information. Here's a couple of examples down here. You can see week 1 announcement. It says here's when this is due. Here's some information about the module, etc. I also put any kind of class level notifications there. Perhaps I had to make an adjustment to an assignment or something needed to be clarified. I had several questions about it. I can post an announcement here so the entire class can see it. So it is worth you paying attention to this to make sure nothing has come up that you may have missed. Once you've checked the announcements, you wouldn't typically then go into course content to do your work. But here on the left, you can see if you click on syllabus, it'll take you to the page where you can pull down a copy of the syllabus here. And you can also go into the Your Instructor section to see my hands and face, as well as some of that contact information for me, as I previously spoke about. Course content is where all of the content of the course is. This is some junk that I have to have on my screen. You won't see any of that. But here is the first module, and the modules continue down as we go. But you can see each module has the date range for that module, and it has the due date for that module also highlighted, as well as some information about what's in that module. All of the modules are broken down into topics. Again, you won't see that junk. So topic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would suggest you just start at topic 1 and work your way down through things, but you can work out order in some cases. But you'll want to go through each one of these, make sure you complete everything in each one of the sections. And then down here at the very bottom of the module, you can see that I list the assignments that are due for that module. So you want to make sure that in this module, you have all 3 of these assignments completed before you move on to other things. Just make sure you don't forget to submit an assignment, because I don't want to come back 3 weeks later and tell you can't submit it because it's too late. The other item here is the help. Each module has a help forum. You do have to subscribe to each one, but I suggest you do because it's a good place for students to ask and answer questions. I also am subscribed to this in the regular course, so anytime a student posts something, I get notified immediately so I can assist there. So if you have a question that you think is a question that multiple students could have, this would be a good place to post that question so that multiple students can also see that answer that either I or another student post those questions. So it's a good place to work together. Other than that, within course content, I'm not sure if I have it in here yet. Yes, I do. This item here, you can see, it says no work accepted below here. The folders below are for reference only. No work will be accepted. And you can see there's currently nothing below it because I haven't closed any folders yet. So what will happen is after the folder closes, being 1 week or greater late, the folder will disappear. And then I will go in manually and I will make the assignments no longer available. And then I will bring the folder back. So you can reference the information in the folder, but you just won't be able to submit any assignments. So once you see a folder below this line, I will no longer accept assignments for that folder. So just be aware of that. That's everything I have for this video. In the next video, we'll start talking about Module 1 topics.